Oh yeah, I mean the first year that I came here, I had no idea what was gonna happen, and just like almost shell-shocked at how different it was from mainland conventions. The main thing that's happened year in, year out is everybody's just way friendly. There's no, how do I put this without saying anything negative about mainland conventions? Let's just say everybody looks out for each other. In Artist Alley and with all the vendor booths and everything, and I just never felt more welcome than I have here.
I think for me, as an artist, we all have pretty much day jobs, and to do this on the side, it's like, okay, maybe you're not doing it as your full-time profession, but it's either a hobby or it's your passion, and I love it because I get to express my own stories. I get to self-publish things. I can be a creator. I can be a writer. I think one of the great things is when people see you doing it, you're enjoying it. You're having your own success. Maybe it's not big success fast, but you're having your own successes. People support it. You inspire them, and they will probably want to take that journey to do things and to put it out there and to be a creator, rather than just keep it into a sketchbook and keep things silent. I think some of the greatest artists, you never hear about them because they probably keep it to themselves. And I want you to take that risk to go out and put your art out there, whether it's singing, poetry, writing, dance. You have a story within you, so I think you owe it to the world to share who you are and what you got to give and to contribute.
What are you working on?
I'm working on the second issue of my comic.
What comic is that?
Mysterious Things. And I'm also working with other projects with the Alliance guys. Can't really say much about that yet, but all the Hawaiian Comic Book Alliance.
Very nice. How about you, Free? What are you working on next?
I'm actually working on the last issue of The Contraptor, issue number 6. The story arc is going to be the last issue. That is going to be an amazing book. You're going to love it. And I'm also working on some Marvel stuff. I'm working on new designs for my steampunk series and other designs for other things. And hopefully I'm working with Nicole on these. So I haven't asked her yet. So we'll get back to that later. But yeah, there's a lot of things to do in the comic industry, and I want to do everything. And so yeah, we're gonna be real busy.
Well, one thing is the same as these conventions, and the fandom is still, feverish. We still have star artists, and we still have, Artist Alley with a lot of up-and-coming people. So those things are the same. The business has changed a little bit, but still, great books, talent rises to the top, and room for everybody. And if somebody is out there who's unknown and they're talented, we're waiting for them to show up. We love new talent.
Usagi was inspired by the life of a real samurai named Miyamoto Musashi, and I wanted to do a series inspired by Musashi's adventures in life. But I drew a rabbit one day in my sketchbook and tied up his ears into a chonmage, a samurai top knot, and I loved the design. It was clean, it was unique. And so instead of Miyamoto Musashi, I named my character Miyamoto Usagi. Usagi means rabbit in Japanese. And like I said, next year would be Usagi's 35th anniversary.
I've always really wanted to do Belle with like the big dress, but my apartment is about this big and the dress is about this big, so maybe I have to get a bigger place to live first before I start really making dramatic things. Yeah.
Let's see, as far as favorite traits, well, I like the heroes that are in it for a higher purpose, you know, something where they're trying to either to defend the rule of law or to try and help people out. You know, it's the selfless act that really I appreciate as far as superheroes go. But all the characters are motivated by different things, so, you know, I started working at Marvel, and one of my early assignments was the Punisher, so he has a different kind of idea of what the rule of law would be, and then of course Spider-Man has a completely different conception as well, and Fantastic Four, you know, they have a completely different take. So what I like is just the variety of motivations in all the characters. You know, you've got Tony Stark, who starts out as a munitions person and is sort of paying penance for that now, you know, and or you've got Superman who's just you know, doing his best on his adopted home world, you know, little things like that. It's just fun for me to see, you know, all the stories that you read are kind of interesting. You know, it's kind of like all the old Greek myths. You know, you've got like people doing things for different reasons. So like you've got Agamemnon is doing things for a completely different reason than Odysseus, different reason from Hector and Ajax. You know, everyone's got a different reason for doing the thing that they're there for, even if the war is the same. So.
Doing myself.
Yes.
I would love to work with Neil again. I would love to do a comic of Good Omens.
Which one was that?
Good Omens.
Okay.
I would love to do that from beginning to end. I just think it's such a brilliant book, and to do that one would be amazing.
Is there anything particular about Good Omens that makes you so excited to try to do that?
Well, Neil and Terry wrote such a hysterically laugh out loud book. And actually trying to put it into a film. I know they're making the TV show, which I'm very excited about because Neil's actually overseeing it. But there's so much you could do with that, you know, visually. with art, that it would just be like, I mean, you could portray that in a comic and just make it just as surreal as possible, and it would just be hysterical.
That's awesome.
I feel like, and definitely no shade to anybody else outside of Hawaii, but I feel like people here they're MacGyvers, because getting materials here is a lot more difficult than it is on the mainland. Like, half the time, like, Warbler won't ship here, and fabric's a lot harder to get a hold of. So people are really, really good at making do with what they're able to find. So I feel like it's almost more creative out here, in a manner of speaking, and also, like, you have to keep Hawaii's climate in consideration, because it's hotter, it's more humid. If you have metal, it's gonna rust. Your paint's not gonna cure the same way. So it's different on a lot of ways.
A lot to take into consideration.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Well, I'd say, over the course of the 40 years, a lot has happened. I mean, number one, the advent of using a computer. Okay, so I'd say 6 years ago, all of a sudden, people were starting to do some lettering in the computer, which makes complete sense. Okay, because in the old days, you'd letter right on the board, and if you made a mistake, you got to use whiteout, and then you try to letter over it. And if all of a sudden, if let's say you get an editor or a writer who says, you know what, that balloon does not work at all, and then they want to change the copy inside the balloon, then either they letter it separately and then kind of paste it, take a photocopy of it and paste it into the balloon, or then they start cutting, stripping words in from one part to another, and it gets all crunchy and messy. And now you do it in the computer, and if you don't like where that balloon is, you go in there and you hit the move tool and you put it over there, and nobody's done.